Welcome everyone to the new moon in Scorpio 2022. Oh my goodness, the energy is abuzz. I am sure that you are feeling it. I'm going to bring up our crystal grid. There in the center is my piece of raw malachite. Malachite is one of the stones for Scorpio. Did not know when I bought it that raw malachite is poisonous and you can't handle it. So luckily I discovered that before I poisoned myself. And so it lives in this little box. But it is absolutely gorgeous and it did call to me. So it wanted to be here for such occasions as this. But I just thought it was hilarious when I discovered that, well, you really can't handle raw malachite. Oh, goodness. So, friends, let's open our circle. There's so much to talk about and share today. And then I just got the feeling that our clearing and alignment is going to be spectacular with the energy that's here today. So, opening our circle, taking a beautiful deep breath in, bringing your hands into prayer pose. And on the exhale, just allowing your hands to fall forward. On the next inhale, expand your hands out, spreading apart this time-space reality where we are playing in. Holding your arms out just for a moment, really noticing that the past is out beyond your left hand. And the future is out beyond your right hand, and it's all being tended to by the great I am, the creator of all. And here in this space between your hands is this one moment of now in which we're going to play. And even as you bring your hands back into prayer pose and take another deep breath in and out, this beautiful space of now remains. It just feels so good. You know that in the alignment, we will go into a very deep, deep grounding. So at this moment, we just allow ourselves to feel ourselves here in this space. We're going to call upon all those who love us unconditionally. To come and join us here, calling in your higher self, and call in any guides that you particularly love to work with. Oh, Viete's dog is here. And inviting them to come into the circle. As long as they love us unconditionally, they are more than welcome. Welcoming our sisters. Just feeling the circle growing and glowing. There's almost a pulsing energy to the circle this morning. Beautiful. Well, the new moon in Scorpio is creating a 12-12-12 code. The moon, the sun, and Uranus are all at 12 degrees. It is an indication. And y'all know I was born on 12-12, so like these are my numbers. And it is the abundant energy shift code. So that's what we're in this moment. And boy, does it feel good. Now we know Scorpio's original ruler was Mars. And then when Pluto was discovered, Pluto became the ruler now of Scorpio. But Mars is actually in Scorpio right now. So that meetup is back. It's like, oh, so much power. So you can expect fire, passion, purging, and powerful truths during this lunation. And Scorpio, it's a water sign and it operates from instinct. It observes everything and everyone. It uncovers secrets. It addresses and brings out to the fore power struggles and reveals control issues. Some of us are already feeling it. Woo! And as we just allow these things to come up and then we address them, guess what? They won't have to come up again next time. So let's do our do and feel the feelings and dance with everything and just allow it to come on up so that it can be transformed and released. Because this energy transforms, that's the Uranus. It creates breakthroughs and invites a shift in your beliefs. Now, the date of the new moon tomorrow, because we're in the dark moon period right now, so we're foreshadowing it, but it's 11/4/2021, and that equals 11, which is the gateway to intuitive insights. So as you are in the moment, listening to the divine, as you get your mind out of the way, you will receive your power from inside of you. It is there, it is available to us. We all know this. I'm preaching to the choir here, but just a reminder. The number 12 is the number of the student. So that goes back to our 12-12-12 code. And the shadow of the 12 is the victim, being in servitude rather than service. And so what we're doing in this whole new Aquarian age is moving out of servitude and into being of service. So that dismantling of there's someone over us telling us and forcing us to do what we need to do. That piece over us is dissolving. We can all see it. It's dissolving, but you think about it, there's this little tiny piece of, well, what do I do now? I've always had somebody, it's kind of like when you leave school and you go get a job, or you leave a job and you become an entrepreneur and you go, wait, there's nobody telling me I have to show up dressed at 9 o'clock in the morning and actually do something. We're going to take responsibility for ourselves and put ourselves into service. Now, opposite Uranus at 12 degrees in Taurus, so that Uranus being opposite the moon and the sun, and it is in Taurus. It sets the stage for the eclipses that will begin this month on the full moon. Now, eclipses move through the signs every 18 months as the nodes change. And so this next set of eclipses for the next 18 months will be in Taurus and Scorpio. So we're getting a foretaste of that today as this moon is in Taurus and Uranus is, the moon is in Scorpio and Taurus is in, Uranus is in Taurus. So we've got that Taurus Scorpio piece going on here. So this is a foreshadowing of the entire year of 2022. And Uranus at 12 degrees shows the Aquarian age is in full force. Uranus rules Aquarius. This is the awakening to freedom from fear. Back again, there won't be anyone over us making us do stuff or something bad's going to happen to us. That's being removed. Now, Taurus is all about the tangibles in life. What brings you pleasure, your values, your financial flow, beauty, feeling comfortable. And Uranus comes in saying, what feels comfortable can be something on the physical plane, or it could be something that you really value on the spiritual level. And Uranus is shaking this up to begin with. And now, in opposition to Scorpio, you are really being asked, what is it that you value? Is it freedom? Or are you still dragging in something from the old paradigm that you're just accepting that, well, this is the way it is? That top-down linear way of being and processing life. We are now in the energy of fluidity, feminine flow, where the sacred masculine and the divine feminine are balanced. Now, Scorpio itself is very intuitive and instinctive, and Mars is in Scorpio in this new moon. And then there's transformation that's brought in by Pluto. So Scorpio is going to intuit the secret truths. Again, the power struggles, secrets, control issues, where you're reacting and where you're not acting from service, where you're setting intentions that are not in everyone's highest good. So all that kind of comes up, shows up, gets in our face, but then it embodies transforming that, changing it to forgive and forget. And that's the water part of Scorpio. So we've got bringing all this up is the sting of the scorpion. But the water of Scorpio washes through and cleanses all of it. So as we become aware, we're ready to be healed, and the grace and the energy for the transformation is there. Now, there is also, really cool, bunch of T-squares going on. So there is a T-square to Saturn that is formed by the Sun, the Moon, and Uranus. And Mars and Mercury are at play in here as well. So it's setting yourself free from any restrictions on what you value. Back to this piece of value. This is an important time. This is for all of us light workers. Deep breath in. In fact, I'm going to change the wording. It says important. I'm going to go vital. It is vital at this time not to be impatient with others as they discover how they really feel. Disagreeing with them makes no sense. It's their life to feel and to experience. The paradox we live in is that every individual is unique, while at the same time, we are all in this together. So as we know, Scorpio is somewhere in your chart. So grab your pencil. And I'm going to share with you which house Scorpio is lighting up for you, depending on where your sun sign or your rising sign is. So if your sun sign or your rising sign is in Aries, then this new moon is affecting your 8th house. Taurus is the 7th house. Gemini, the 6th. Cancer, the 5th. Leo, the 4th. Virgo, the 3rd. Libra, the 2nd. Scorpio, the 1st. Sagittarius, the 12th. Capricorn the 11th, Aquarius, the 10th, and Pisces, the 9th. Now, of course, as always, the gate that is lit up is astounding. So, as you know, on the new moon, the sun and the moon are in position together, and so they only activate one gate. And this gate is, ta-da, gate 44, the gate of truth. Yes, my friends, it doesn't get any better than that. So the challenge behind gate 44 is to not get stuck in past patterns, to cultivate the courage to go forward without being stuck in the fear of the past, to learn how to transform pain into power, and to have the courage to express your authentic self without compromise or settling. The mastery of the energy of this gate is the ability to see patterns that have created pain, to bring awareness to help yourself and others break old patterns, and transform pain into an increased sense of value and alignment with purpose. Now, the lowest expression of this gate is fear and paralysis, that the patterns of the past are insurmountable and doomed to repeat themselves. Ooh, deep breath in and out. Oh, our EFT statement for this gate is, even though it's hard for me to let go, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I am afraid to repeat the past, I now move forward with confidence, trusting that I have learned what I needed to learn. I can create whatever future I desire, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Deep breath in and out. And our affirmation, I am powerfully intuitive and can sense the patterns that keep others stuck in limiting beliefs and constricted action. Through my insights and awareness, I help others break free from past limiting patterns and learn to find the power in their pain, find the blessings in their challenges, and help them align more deeply with an authentic awareness of their true value and purpose. Deep breath in. And Sophia's bringing up here that this affirmation is also, I am powerfully intuitive and can sense the patterns that keep me stuck in limiting beliefs and constricted action. So that everything in this affirmation, you're being invited to turn it, that not only are you a lighthouse for others, but you are a lighthouse for your own transformation. Because when you align deeply with your authentic awareness of your true value and purpose, there's no stopping you. Beautiful. Thank you. So as we bring this affirmation here to a close, we're going to go back to our crystal grid. Any comments, anything anyone would like to share about something that really spoke to you during this training part? And those of you who are on recording, please, please, please share in our messenger group anything that you're coming up with. So the floor's open.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Okay, so there is so much really good stuff coming up to clear for me today. And I feel like I've been waiting, like, not that I've been waiting, but I've been dissecting little things here and there to get me to this moment of like actual truth.
Mm-hmm.
And what came up this morning after I dropped my kids off to school was I really truly, if I'm being totally honest, feel like raising children, raising babies, raising young age children is extremely inconvenient to my personal freedom.
Well, that wasn't where I thought you were going, but okay. Start there.
It is probably one of the most honest things I have said to myself and been like, yeah, that's so true. And it feels so silly because it's like, well, yeah, obviously. Like, and then on top of it, how many other mothers out there feel that same way, but don't actually want to admit it? And then, so I was like writing notes and stuff was just coming through me. And as you were talking, I wrote, it's vital to not be impatient with my children as they explore who they are becoming. And I was like, woo, that's a good one.
Yes.
And then one of the first question that got me here was, how can I be of greater service to my family?
Mm-hmm.
And then you shared the houses.
Mm-hmm.
And having my son in Taurus, this new moon is in my 7th house of marriage, partnership, that whole like relationship thing. And then it's also in my 2nd house, which is monies, possessions, and values. How am I valuing my family and myself, and how I'm being of service? Am I seeing myself in servitude, or am I seeing myself in my power, serving my family, doing it how I love to do it? This morning, I was in servitude, and I might have had a moment of being like, I'm doing everything around here. Nobody's helping me. All of that. And I'm like, oh, that's not me in my aligned state. Because when I'm in my aligned state, I'm doing stuff like I did yesterday, which was make the fresh bread, cut up the tomatoes, make the bruschetta, do it all from scratch. Then when everybody gets home, the food goes on the table and we have, an hour of just straight family fellowship. I don't love the word fellowship because it reminds me of church, but at the same time, that's exactly what it is. Like, everybody's been off doing their own things, and food is how I serve my family. Like, there's just like my heartbeat ripples out, like it pulses, like you said, there's a pulse to this circle, and my heartbeat is in the kitchen, and then that ripples out through the whole house. And if I'm not in the kitchen doing those things, I'm a very cranky mom. So that's what's coming up.
I think to me, the massive shift is shifting from being a servant to all of this and being in service.
Yes. Doing it because I truly love to do it versus I have to do it. And growing up with a Cancerian father, he may not have put the most delicious meals on the table, but he did it from a place of service and love, not because he had to do it, because he finds joy in feeding his children. You know,
Yeah.
he finds joy in helping us do projects around the house and things like that. And like, versus my mom enjoys it too, but she can get sucked into the servant. I'm a servant to my family rather
Right.
than I'm doing it to serve and because I love it.
Right. Yeah. 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 It's your joy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. All right. Well, let's move on now into our alignment because I think it's going to be juicy. Give me just a minute.